on the 10-minute briefing. Take a look at these phenomenal images coming into us from Philadelphia.
Yeah,
How is that so?
I know. I mean, they do not care there. These are gentlemen that are in the military. The white was the Army, the red was the Navy, and the Army won by 1 point. It was a phenomenal game there. Very, very close, as you can see. And very heavy snow hampered the conditions, but hey, everyone was making the most of those conditions there. Unfortunately, we have another big outbreak of snowfall coming to the northeast of the United States. Geez, if that ever happened in Australia, they would definitely be calling the game.
They nearly called off an A-League game the other night in Melbourne because of a potential severe thunderstorm. Yeah. So the storm hadn't even hit, and they were nearly going to call it off. Look at those images. Man,
they just need to get their act together. They need to look at the NFL in the States and be like, oh, maybe we should have been playing through that.
Well, it's fire and ice here today. Sky News weather, we do have wildfires continuing to ravage through parts of California. Take a look at this report filed by Marcy Gonzalez.
Firefighters in Southern California working tirelessly to tackle the flames and keep a hold on the progress made over the past couple of days.
Firefighters are taking advantages of breaks in the wind.
4 of the 6 wildfires now more than 75% contained. The main focus now on the massive Thomas fire that grew overnight in Ventura County. 155,000 acres now scorched. That's more than the size of Chicago. It is only 15% contained.
Right now, firefighters are intentionally burning some of this dry brush to try to control the wildfire's direction before it reaches these active power lines.
Nearby, as flames move closer to homes, new evacuations ordered Saturday, while others were lifted. Teresa Bula returning to where the home she'd lived in for more than 4 decades once stood.
Nothing left of the room that my dad built by hand.
15,000 other homes remain at risk. Some of the evacuated residents allowed to briefly return to grab belongings.
We're very, very lucky. The house is still standing. A lot of the neighbors around us are not.
Smoke lingering in the area, bringing air quality to hazardous levels, and fire conditions today again considered critical.
It is a horror, and it's a horror we want to minimize, and when we can't minimize it, we want to recover from it as quickly as possible.
Yeah, the wildfire situation not looking ideal at all there in California. We do have a blocking high-pressure system which is continuing its dominance. And Tristan, you were saying the worst is maybe yet to come.
Yeah, I mean, look, they have more red flag warnings today, more red flag warnings tomorrow. Basically, in Australian terms, that means severe to extreme fire danger for those areas. The fire is still out of control. They're trying to be contained. And the ridge itself looks to re-strengthen about midweek, so that means we could see even gustier winds. It's just a bad season for firefighters, and most of the dry season looks to be dry and windy in the long-range forecast, so not looking good at all.
But then on the east coast of the United States this weekend, the first snowfall.
I know. Well, that was what we saw with the Army versus Navy game, and also as far to the south as Mexico, where it hadn't snowed in about 20 years, so that was quite astounding.
Speaking of snow, we're shifting focus now and taking you to Europe, where Storm Caroline battered the UK across the weekend. Take a look.
These are the shifts that the highways teams relish and remember. The forecasts delivered on their promises. So Britain's arteries through the Midlands were soon choked with snow.
This is about as serious as it gets, isn't it? It can get worse, but we're on the move, and Britain is moving as we speak, and that's what we're after, isn't it?
Are you confident of keeping them going, Bob?
Always. Really? Always. We are confident all the time.
The network was quickly littered with jackknife lorries, stranded cars, and windscreen wipers giving up in the cold. It wasn't long before we found our first crash.
Typical of what we'd expect to experience this type of weather. Driver loses control and hits either the centre barrier or the near side barrier. Luckily in this case there's no injuries.
All of the patrol teams now are flat out. It's one of the busiest shifts that they can remember for years here in the Midlands. And while it may look beautiful here along the side of the M6, it doesn't take long to find yet another vehicle stranded, children on board, trying to get up to Stoke-on-Trent. This time, a puncture.
We've gone over a piece of ice and I think it's shredded my tyre.
And it's just horrible to be stuck like this, isn't it?
It's absolutely freezing. Absolutely freezing, and with the kids as well.
The minor roads were quickly swallowed up. Some villages were simply cut off. The central belt of Britain, from the Peak District down, had up to 20 centimetres in places.
Yeah, absolutely love it.
doesn't happen all too often, so obviously we've got to take full advantage of it when you can.
We've just been for a walk and everybody's fallen over in the sledges and we're not getting in that fun, so we're just going for a walk and now I'm going to warm myself up with a wine.
Snow Sunday may have been a lot of fun here, but temperatures are falling away. -9 predicted in some parts of the West Midlands tonight. The Monday morning commute, if you are going in, will not be easy. Tom Parmenter, Sky News.
And London tomorrow has a forecast top of 2 degrees.
Yeah, so it's still very cold there, obviously, and the storm itself, Storm Caroline, is hitting northern Europe now, and it's going to be bringing very, very cold conditions. That wind chill is going to be absolutely horrendous, so I'm sure we'll be seeing updates with all the weather.
I know it's winter, but they're still below average temperatures for this time of the year for places like London, Paris, 3 degrees, so that's below average,
it's quite below average. I mean, you saw the gentleman there talking about it doesn't snow here very often, so you got to take advantage of it when it comes. So this is a big storm. It's essentially a big low-pressure system coming from the north, and it's still directing a northerly flow over the region, which is for them a very cold direction because it comes from the Arctic. So, yes, very, very cold and continuing to be cold for a large part of this week.
And lots of world weather happening. We'll be keeping you updated here on Sky News Weather throughout the day on the wildfires in California, Storm Caroline in the UK and parts of Europe, and of course that intense snowfall which fell across eastern United States over the weekend. Back home now, showers and thunderstorms are forecast, Tristan, once again for interior Queensland. Now in Isa though.
Oh, so hot. Very, very hot, even for this time of year, but still going to be hot for the rest of this week as well. For the coast, just the odd shower, but it's passing. And for you in Brisbane, I really doubt you're going to get many showers at all. For New South Wales, mostly sunny across the vast majority of the state. Beautiful day and hot in the west and getting hotter this week as well, particularly around that Cobar-Burke region. And Victoria seeing mostly sunny day. Going to be odd shower for the Gippsland coastline. And for the north, getting hotter this week as well. Tasmania seeing a little bit windy conditions this morning. High pressure is building. That means those showers and winds will ease throughout the afternoon. There'll be some sun breaks in it. So, in South Australia, beautiful, sunny today. Not too much happening. Just get out there and enjoy the weather if you can. Pretty hot and getting hotter this week for the west. Afternoon showers and storms, but it's already warming up. We saw Perth already is on 25 degrees right now. Forecast top of 35. Royal Fremantle Doctors saves you in the afternoon. And for the north of the country, low intensity heat wave continues across the tropics. Even in Darwin, where 35 is still above the average and feeling hotter due to the humidity.
I'm not trying to put you on the spot now, but I feel like there could be a start in Albury hitting 31.
Albury hitting 31. No, they're getting hotter this week, though. They're getting up to like 37 degrees, which is the hottest since February, I believe.
There you go.
So.
And he delivered with his stat. Okay, stay tuned. Next 10-minute briefing will be at 5 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time with our Chief Meteorologist Tom Saunders. Tristan and I will both be up shortly for more of your local weather.
I'll see you soon.